Welcome to Fertility Talks. I'm your host, Mary Wong, and I am the author of Pathways to Pregnancy, which you see this backwards, founder of Alive Holistic Health Clinic there, and your acupuncturist and fertility strategist. Today, I am really delighted to be here at the Canadian Fertility Show, where, how do I pronounce your name?
Andreas.
Andreas. And he's an embryologist who is here with us, and I'm so thrilled because he's coming all the way from Athens to speak to us about options. And we're looking at assisted reproduction here in Greece. And actually, before we do a deep dive, I'll just tell you who Andreas is, okay? And Andreas Makris?
Yes.
Okay, he's a clinical embryologist and is a ESHRE, which is the European Society of Human Reproduction and Embryology certified clinical embryologist, and has been a member of Eugonia's, is it Eugonia?
Eugonia. It's our IVF clinic.
Okay.
You got it.
Eugonia's team since October 2015. And he's worked prior in large IVF units in Greece and Cyprus, and he obtained his master's degree in assisted reproduction technologies from the University of Nottingham in the UK back in 2013. So welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for hosting.
Okay, so I guess we'll get right to it, right? Because we want to know, like I've done 2 other posts, one of which, in fact, for you guys watching, if you go to YouTube at Mary Wong Acupuncturist, you'll find live post number 144 where I interviewed Dr. Velez in Mexico, and then post number 99 in Spain, looking at international fertility centers. And obviously this is what we're going to talk about.
Exactly.
We want to give people options, right? So tell us about like what your approach is, and I just wonder internationally, are there differences?
Well, the differences between IVF in the States or Canada and Europe is mainly to do with price. So the price of fertility treatment in Europe is much less than it is over here. Specifically in Greece, it's about a third of the cost of Canadian prices. While we also, all of Europe and in Greece, we have very high standard of treatment and very high success rates.
So what is the success rate?
So in our clinic, we have success rates of 82% for blastocyst transfers. So that's a specific group of women that are transferring blastocysts. They can expect a pregnancy test success rate of 82% and a birth rate higher than 60%.
So then when you say blastocysts, are they tested genetically or are they untested?
These are untested blastocysts.
Wow.
These are untested blastocysts.
Okay, so I'm just going to be honest here. So here's the thing about statistics, right? So not everybody measures it all the same between clinics. There's no standardization. So when we look at your patient population, is there a certain profile that has you have the 82%? Because that's really high.
As I said, that's pregnancy.
Yes.
Live birth would be 60%.
Of course, that's anywhere, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And these are young women, less than 35 years old. But even in the higher groups, say in the 40 plus, we have 65 and 70% pregnancy rates.
Okay, so you're saying that, I'm just coming from the perspective of being a patient, because I've been there myself, and I never actually contemplated doing overseas. And I would never do it again. But if I had to start all over again, would I consider IVF outside, right? And so one of the concerns is, if I'm paying cheaper, like, am I getting the same quality? And I love it that you said that technologically you're advanced.
Yes, so we have a state-of-the-art embryology laboratory, and our specialists are among the top worldwide, I would venture to say, because as you said previously in my bio, all of us in Europe are very focused on ESHRE, that's the European Society of Human Reproduction and Embryology.
Yes.
And in our clinic, 2 of our top fertility specialists are high members of special interest groups. They're presidents of special interest groups in ESHRE, and they help develop the guidelines and the future of IVF worldwide, really, because ESHRE is the largest community of fertility specialists worldwide.
Yes, and so for those of you that do not know, so if you live in Canada or the United States, there are two other associations, right? So you've got the Canadian Fertility Andrology Society, and then you have the American Society for Reproductive Medicine. But really, as you're saying, the largest is the European one.
It's like the ASRM, the American Society, but ESHRE is quite larger because it's also got more worldwide scope.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So to have at the same time two of our specialists in separate special interest groups, the one is the embryology special interest group, which is the largest, and the endocrinology special interest group, to have them as coordinators there is unique in the world, which just goes to show how our fertility specialists are absolutely world class.
Right, and I want to thank you for addressing this, because of course the concern is, you know, when you go abroad is the substandard, but obviously it's the opposite of it, which is awesome, because and I'm not going to lie, when I've had patients ask me, what do you think of Greece? I'm contemplating. I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. So what do we do? And so it's really great that I get to talk to you live, and now I have something to say to patients that are inquiring, because I know everybody's Googling and looking at different places all over the world. So in terms of the competitive advantage, you're saying that they're world class.
Yes.
And then how about in terms of treating the patients medication-wise, are there any differences?
So in our clinic in Eugonia, we are completely patient-focused. We do individualized treatment plans. We consult with our patients, and we take time to speak with our patients and have a proper dialogue about their treatment options and how they want to approach their problem. Everything is tailor-made towards every single patient. We specifically avoid the en masse treatment that is becoming more and more popular around the world.
Right.
That's the one thing that I would say is a competitive advantage. The other is our focus on scientific excellence and research. As we said, that's how these specialists got to these positions, because as a clinic we are very focused on research, development and innovation.
Okay, so meaning then that you have published your own research articles.
Yes.
Okay, so then maybe when people are scouring the internet, they may be able to find some of the research papers by the clinic, which is Eugonia.
They're all available on our website and on scientific journal websites.
Okay, that's fantastic. So is there any other words of enlightenment that has people say, yeah, you know what, maybe I can consider going overseas? I guess one challenge is, and maybe what you need to address is, they live here or they live in the States, how do they get there? How do they time?
Well, we can consult with technology via Skype, and we can do a lot of things at a distance. Most of the whole workup can be done at a distance. Really, you only need 1 or 2 trips to Greece to do a cycle, and a week tops. So I think it can be worked around most schedules.
So meaning then that you're starting your stimulation at perhaps like a satellite clinic in the local area where you live?
That is one option with partners that we can provide. Or you can come to Greece for the first consultation and to get the medication, and then start on your own back in Canada or in the States.
But then of course my concern is then, if you're starting the medication on your own, but you're not being monitored, how do you know when to change medication?
With monitoring, obviously, happening here. Sorry,
that was not said, so I'm just gonna...
You're very knowledgeable at this.
Right? It's like, I'm just gonna start taking meds and let's just see what happens.
Obviously not.
Okay.
Monitoring would have to happen here at a local doctor.
Okay, so
even if it didn't happen at a satellite clinic, a woman could have her own specialist monitor.
Her own, meaning going through your family physician?
Or gynecologist.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So that might save money. I don't know how that works. Okay. So what percentage of your clients are from overseas?
We have around 25% of our patients from overseas at the moment, and we're planning on increasing that percentage.
Okay, so is this like a big clinic? How many reproductive endocrinologists do you have there?
We have 4 gynecologists and endocrinologists, and we are, for Greek standards, a medium clinic, a medium-sized clinic.
Okay.
Well, which is why we can offer individual treatment for each patient.
That's great.
Each doctor has the time and the capacity to look every patient and give them the time that they need to have the best result.
That's fantastic. Now, I guess a really, really important question is, why the heck is it a third the price?
Could we say that it's the other way, that Canada's overpriced?
Yeah, okay. You know, that's very fair. That's very fair. And maybe real estate costs.
Because, yes, exactly, because costs in Greece, they might be cheaper, but they're not that cheaper, because all of the facilities that we use, all of the technology that we use, everything, the media that we use, is the same media that is used in Canada.
Exactly.
So it's not that we're using the cheap stuff.
Yeah. But that's what we need to address, right? So it's like, so there you have it, guys. So you can actually go and get cheaper service. I don't like the word cheap. It's like, it just downgrades. It downgrades the quality of care. And we're just talking about, let's rephrase it to affordable care. Affordable care. Affordable quality care. There you go, a new tagline.
More competitive.
Right? So thank you. And is there any last words that you would want to share for people that are going through this and are maybe contemplating, gee, you know, do I just stick with my fertility clinic, or should I just try something new? What would you say?
I would say that they have options to definitely shop around to see, because there are differences between clinics in the same country and between countries. The approaches can be different, and you need to put your trust in fertility specialists that know what they're doing and have got very sound scientific basis and reasons for each treatment, because treatment options can be dished out like they're on a menu, when in truth they have to be discussed, the pros, the cons, everything, and fertility specialists need to know about the science behind it.
Absolutely. And I imagine in terms of quality of care, like here, I find the clinics are so big, it feels less personalized. Would you have more point of touch, I guess is what we would call it?
Yes, as I said, that's one of our major competitive advantages, that we have completely personalized treatment. Every treatment scheme, every pharmaceutical regime is tailor-made for the patients by taking into account all of their examinations, and discussing with them how they feel and what route they want to take.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us today,
Thank you for
Andrea.
having me.
Okay, and
thank you.
We'll have to talk again. It's awesome.
Yes.
Thanks, guys, for watching. If it's your first time, please do know that this is like the marathon day. I'm going to be doing more posts. Let me think. Let me see here. At 12 o'clock, we're going to be basically talking about everything you want to know about surrogacy, which is also an important topic, but you know, it can get quite lonely trying to figure things out on your own, so no need to have that. Let's get you informed, and we'll talk soon, okay? See you in an hour or less.